Hiya folks, I don't know whether you watched the last TGB moped where we tried a few little things to try and increase the speed on this little moped, and I said I wasn't going to throw any more money at it, but I think because I've got this white spring, and a few of you have said try the white spring out, and I've also had people say try some lighter weight steel. Someone suggested around 3.6 grams, which I'm going to try, and I've also bought a new clutch bell housing because some people seem to think that the clutch might have been slipping. And when I did take the clutch off, I noticed that the brand new clutch that was fitted hadn't made full contact with the bell housing. So maybe the bell housing has ovaled off on this one, so I bought a new one. Let's see what we can do now. See you in a minute. Right folks, I didn't think we'd be revisiting this again, but I'm intrigued to see if we can get it above the 36 miles an hour that I achieved at the moment. Now, I've had a lot of comments on this, and a lot of people said, yeah, it could be a 16.5 stone weight, which is probably one of the things which I seem to think that could be the case. And also some people seem to think that the belt was too slack and the belt was needed changing. It's a brand new belt, by the way. And then you were saying, is the belt too long or is it stretched at all? Someone come out with the length of the belt as 764 millimeters, I think it was. Well, I will measure that when I take it off. So the belt shouldn't be a problem. It's got a new clutch in it. And as I say, I tended to... I've had no experience on these, to be honest with you, these scooters. But like a lot of people, I've just gone online and watch various videos of people tuning these. Some people obviously know what they're doing and some people don't know what they're doing, and it's separating the good information from the bad information. So we'll give it a go with the latest information, which I think sounds correct. There was a website which I went on where people tune these things and repair them, and they commonly see people put red springs on them thinking that's going to, because it's a high performance engine, that's the thing to do. And the chap I saw said that he would only put a red spring on something like a 125 which has been tuned or whatever. So, and then I had another chap said that he wouldn't put any weights heavier. 5.5 is for sort of a really tuned engine in the Variator. And he said what you need to do is to go lighter. So I've actually done that. So let's take this off for a minute. And a lot of people were also saying that you have to check whether the pulleys were travelling up and down correctly on the Variator. Now this is the belt as it is from standing still. Look, now that belt isn't too slack, as you can see there. It's been for a ride. When you've seen me check the belt, I've actually pulled it in and then it sits lower on the pulleys. But as you can see, that belt, is nothing wrong with that belt whatsoever. So the belt isn't slipping, but as I said to you, the clutch, which I was concerned about could be slipping, is the bell housing could have ovaled off. So let's just change the... Oh, God. Blinking water on my elbow, and every time I kneel down, I leans on it. I have to get that cut off or something. I've tried doing it myself with freezing stuff and all that, but it's not tended to work. So, oh, that's a 14mm on it. Right, I'll have to go and get a bigger impact gun, folks, bear with me. Right, okay, so we're going to take that bell housing off. This has got a normal thread on it. There we go. And just remove that. Now, I'll show you what I mean about the contact point on the pads. Now, I don't know if you can see there on the top of that clutch pad, that seems to be the only place where it's touching. And also there as well, look at that, look. That seems to be the only contact place, so maybe that may be slipping or what, I don't know. And as you can see in there, I've got the red Contra spring fitted, so I'm going to be taking that off as well and changing it. I want to be making sure that I've actually bought the right bell housing. It looks to be correct. Let's take this one in. The clutch 107mm, so we'll see. Right, so we put the new clutch housing on there. It appears to be okay. So what we'll do will see. I pulled the belts in like that, you see, and when you see me touching it, it was like that. So I'm going to take the drive pulley off now. There we go, like that. Get that right off. Easier said than done. Pull that in a bit more and it goes down. Right, so I'm going to go and change this now. You haven't got to see me do that. I did it in the last video. But can you see what I mean about the contact plate? Look, that seems to be where the only place where it's actually making contact. So there you go. I'm going to change that for the white Contra spring now. Oh, you ain't going to believe this. It's just started to blink and rain, hasn't it? Oh, I've got to try and get this on as quick as possible now. Oh, God. Let's get that over there. Oh. Now I've got to try and leave that open. Should be a lot easier than before, which it is. There we go. Let's get it over there like that. That's correct. Let's get this new bell housing on. Let's zip that 14mm up. Can't believe that. Weather's just changed like that. Right, that's that on. Let's get our cover on. And see that belt, because I pulled the belt down, you see, that's why it looked loose to people, but it isn't, as you well know, because I've just pulled the springs together. Let's get that on there. It looks like it's stopping. Oh. There's the other one down there. Right. There's one behind the kickstart. One that we nearly always forget. Right. We're back together. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? In the rush, I forgot to put the variator weights in. I've got to take that cover off again. I'll tell you what, folks, I'm going to do that off camera because it is raining, and I'll see you in a minute. Right, here we go, folks. Well, folks, I'm a little bit baffled on that one because I thought putting the lighter spring on, by what I've read and learned and what other people were saying as well, and also dropping them variator weights to 3.5 grams or 3.6 grams, that would have made it perform a lot better. We only got up to about 25 miles an hour. I think I'm going to leave the white spring in, and I'm going to try once more. I'm going to put the 7s in and take it from there. We did have 36 miles an hour with 16.5 stone in, which I don't think is really too bad, but contrary to belief, as I said, that was with the red spring in, which people say that you shouldn't put the red spring in. It doesn't need that. The white spring was the way to go. So I'm happy with the white spring. I'm happy with the belt. I'm happy with the clutch, as we've got the new bell housing on. I'm just going to put the 7 gram weights in and just give it a quick try again. And I'll see you in a minute. Well folks, I've just been for another 6-mile ride and it got up to 37 miles an hour, although you probably saw the speedo does fluctuate quite a bit there. I'm going to be happy with that at 16.5 stone. Maybe a lighter person would get a bit more, nearer the 40 miles an hour bracket, but the best combination which I've seemed to have found with this is the white Contra spring at the back. We've got the 7 gram or 7.5 gram rollers in the front, and there's also a new clutch in it. We've got an 86 main jet in it, and we've got a de-restricted CDI unit. The belt is a new belt, and that's what I'm getting out of it. It's a standard airbox on it, and there is a slight blow on the exhaust at the joint, but I've got some gasket coming for that, which I will do. Whether that makes any difference or what, I don't really know. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this little series of videos on how to tune the Variator and the Contra spring and stuff like that. It is a minefield, and it is down to trial and error if you're unfamiliar with them, and that's what I've done over this last series of videos. I only plan to do one video on this, but obviously I thought I'd show you these findings as well. Anyway, thanks very much folks. I'll see you in the next video, and until then, bye for now.